Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income, we'll teach you the benefits of being a business owner, including time and financial freedom. Visit NotaryToNotary.com to learn more about our training program.
Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did. Hey guys, it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary, and I want to show you guys how I was able to get started as a notary signing agent making $10,000 a month. When I first got started in 2015, I had no idea how lucrative this business was. So much so that I was able to quit my full-time job in 2016. Over the next few years, I've had so many successes and failures that I took all of them and bundled them up into a training program just for you. The training is available at NotaryToNotary.com, and there are two programs that you can register for: the Notary Signing Agent Training and the e-Notary Training. Make sure that your state licenses e-notaries before you register for that training. Once you register, you'll have instant access to the online training platform, as well as access to our live weekly interactive webinars with replay capabilities. Ready to get started? Register today at NotaryToNotary.com. Until then, happy signing! Welcome to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Notary Edition. Okay, no, seriously. So, good morning. Actually, you can turn it down some. It's a bit loud, darling. I can hear it while I'm doing my live. It's very, very quite disturbing. Good morning. It's Monday. No, it's not Monday. It is Friday. It is loud. It's loud. Turn it down? Yes. Not her ignoring me. What is happening today? Good morning. Guess what, y'all? Today, I have a lot of really cool, fun, exciting things. And we're doing some giveaways. And I'm going to push you guys to your limits this weekend. Say, Vanessa, what are you talking about? Don't worry. I will tell you. Lord, please don't take me back to Monday. Look, that's Jaylene. That's because you're doing something you don't love, darling. Okay, when you love what you do, Monday doesn't matter. It's another day. So that's when we have to do that transitioning thing we've been talking about. Now, I have an intruder in my office. Are you done intruding? Intruder alert. Okay, so I have a giveaway for you. I just don't understand. I have prizes for you guys today. I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I probably will do it today because I'm feeling really gifty. You know what that means? When you feel like gifting things. When you're just like, ooh, let's do some gifts and things. That's how I'm feeling today, darling. And so, who wants to know what we're giving away today? But I will tell you, it will be no small feat. It will not be easy. Now, a lot of times I do easy giveaways where it's like, oh, what's my favorite color? Ooh, right? But this time, darling, I want to push you. Hey, Dominique, love you. this time I want to push you past your comfort zone because I realized, darling, this is what happened. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Story time. Story time. Okay. First, before I tell you my story, I have to tell you what I'm giving away. I'm giving away something that, make sure it's not listed. Something in this box. Okay. Now you're probably saying, Vanessa, what? Oh, what is in that box? You will never know. Okay, until I tell you. But there's something in this box that one of you wonderful, lucky people will win. It could be anything. It could be a dog, a cat, the moon. We will never know. It could be an iPad. It's possible. You never know. It is white. It's kind of misleading if it's not, isn't it? But you will never know what's in here unless you win. Okay? So we're going to give this away today. And you're probably like, Vanessa, but what? But what? If it's an empty box. If it's an empty box, darling, then guess what? You've just won an empty box. But I promise you, if you trust me, it's not an empty box. Okay, there's something. I will even give you a little sneaky peeky. Okay. This is in there. And we all know what this does. This is styrofoam. And styrofoam protects things. Okay. So we know from deductive reasoning, whatever's in here is fragile, breakable, like your confidence. I'm kidding. Oh my God, I set it up. I set it up. It was set up. It was a setup. It was a setup. Your confidence is not breakable. It's strong and powerful. But if you want to use that for someone else, you can. Okay. We know whatever's in here. Okay. It's breakable. Hence the styrofoam. Okay. Let's put it back in. Make sure you can't see the top. Cheetah, 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 cheetah. Okay, so one of you guys are going to win this wonderful box of styrofoam. Okay, all right. But before we get into that, darling, there are levels to this. There are levels to this. Okay, there are levels to all things in life. And I want to tell you, I didn't tell you guys. Thank you for reminding me. So this is actually not accurate. Let me fix it. One moment. So we had our government contracting training last night. Listen, I now have my MPIN number, which you're probably like, Vanessa, what are you talking about? But if you were on a training last night, you know that I figured it out. And I am in the process tomorrow, hopefully it's live, or today, getting my WASB certification so I can start bidding on these contracts. It's a lot that goes into it, so don't get confusion. Why the accent or the voice? This is what I figured out, okay? Before we hop into all things nurture, I realized that God didn't create a voice box with multiple levels and accent capabilities for you not to use it, darling. That's like having 50 cars and you only drive one. It's kind of pointless, right? It's not fun. It's not boring. You know, it's like, what am I doing here? Hence the accent. Okay, now, darling, cheerio. I'm really hyper today, okay? If you didn't know, you should ask somebody, not just anybody. Ask somebody. They can tell you what's going on. Will the code work for the one-on-one session? So the code works for the one-on-one coaching program. That's what you're talking about? Yes. If you go to nuptrade.com, you can put in promo code ACTION on any of our courses. Okay, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But first, darling, listen. I have to tell you what happened to me yesterday. Okay. So yesterday, story time. Yesterday, I decided. Oh my God, Jessica, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm having a really good day. I don't know what happened necessarily. Like when I woke up this morning, I don't know if it was like the way I woke up this morning. Did I get up on the left side or the right side of the bed? I'm not really sure, but I woke up and I was really hyper. And then I heard some music and I started to dance. And I danced a lot this morning and I had a lot of fun. And my kids started dancing. And then, you know, cheerio. That being said, I'm enjoying myself. Yes. Was there a question? Intruder alert. Okay. All right. So before I get into how you can win this white box of styrofoam, I'm going to tell you what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, darling, I woke up like any other day and I decided that I was done procrastinating. Now, I must admit, not in all areas of my life, but at one I decided I was done with. My title producer's license. So if you're familiar, you know that in the notary industry, in some states, you have to have a title producer's license in order to conduct notary signing agent services. Now, before you get all ruffled in your feathers. It's very few states that have that. Virginia, Maryland, and possibly DC. I'm not 100% sure, but if you're not on my coast, don't worry about the title producer's license. You don't need it. It's not necessary. Don't add that to your to-do list, okay? Now, I bought the training. I'm gonna sound like some of you guys in a second. Are you ready? I bought that training about a year ago. Okay, a year ago, and I did it. I went through the course. Yes, I did, and I didn't do anything. I didn't. I let it sit there, collect dust. Yeah, dusty. And then probably a few months after that, I took the test. I did. And I failed horribly. It wasn't that bad, but it was not good. I wouldn't share my results with you, okay? So I failed the test. And then I said, well then. And I move on. And so I procrastinated. And I decided that yesterday, Vanessa, take the test. See, this is what happened, okay? So over the course of the year that I hadn't taken the test, I kept saying, okay, I'm going to schedule my test. But before I schedule it, I have to study first, right? I'm going to tell you guys how we get caught up, okay? I'm going to tell you. I said, okay, I can't schedule the test until I study for the test, okay? And so we all know who likes to study, okay? Cheerio. So I procrastinated on studying for that test. So much so that Tia Drakeford, if you don't know Tia Drakeford, you should check her out. She's one of my students in New Jersey that's doing awesome stuff. Calls me out on my stuff and said, Vanessa, you know it's been like a year since you said you're going to do that. I said, not you keeping track. Okay. So I said, well, let me fix this. Okay. So I decided, Vanessa, you're never going to take the test because you're never going to study unless you make yourself study. So I decided to schedule the test without studying. Okay, watch me now. So I scheduled the test for 3:00 yesterday. I started studying at 12 because I realized, Vanessa, you're not going to pass it. Not only did you not pass it the first time, that was like a year ago. I'm sure you forgot some stuff. So what I did was what my mother called cramming. I crammed for 2.5 hours. And what I did was, if you have not seen the guide for that book, for that training, it's like this big, okay? So while I was reading all my highlighted content, because I already went through it once, I had the audio with the training going off at the same time. So this is what I thought. I figured I'd binge read and let the guy that teaches the class bury the content into my subconscious, right? Because your subconscious is always listening. So that's what I said. I said, I have to pass. My subconscious is hearing it while I'm reading it. You guys should have saw. Okay, it was a whole situation. Okay, so then after about 2.5 hours, I realized your brain is no longer retaining information. I think we're done. So I stepped back and I said, Vanessa, I think you can do this. So I took a practice test and I failed it horribly. Okay, and I said, well, I'm still scheduled for 3. Let's do it. Put up your big guns. So I went into my proctor's exam and I sat down and I studied. I mean, I didn't study. I focused super duper hard, okay? And I went through, I'm a really good test taker, okay? And I went through those questions, and some of those questions I was like, I don't know that answer. Deductive reasoning, okay? And I went through. And at the end, before I hit submit, I had to catch myself. And I said, Vanessa, there's 2 realities that you can walk into. You know how you say like it's different reality, different universes or whatever. I forget they say it, like different your version of the reality. Anyway, I can't think of what it's called. It's on a movie. The Avengers just came out. All right. There's a version of your reality where you hit submit and it says you failed. Try again. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna be depressed, you're gonna be like sad and say, oh my gosh, I failed again. Well, Vanessa, you didn't study. Oh my God. And now like, no, what are you gonna do? Then you're gonna go, another year, right? Or you can hit submit and it says passed. And you're like, oh my God, I did it! Right? And they're like, I can do anything. So I started to embrace that mindset and I went into my affirmations mid-test. Mind you, it's proctored, so they're watching me. And that's okay. I went to my affirmations. I'm like, positive vibes. I passed. I reviewed the questions one more time. And then I went ahead and hit submit. And guess what, darling? I passed. Funny thing about that is when you take the test the first time and you fail, this big old fail thing comes on the screen like, eh. When you pass, it's like one little sentence at the top. Congratulations, you passed.
I'm sorry. Can I have balloons or something? Like, 'cause the first time you came for me, you came for my soul. But I did pass. Yes, I did. I was really excited. So I did pass my title producer's license. So I will tell you guys, if you are studying for it, if you're in Virginia, DC, or Maryland, and you're studying for it, it is a lot of material. It is. But you can do it, okay? You can absolutely do it. And if you fail the first time, don't worry. You said I passed by skin of my teeth. I was saying that. I barely passed, darling. Listen. But guess what? This how they say it's no GPA and some of your degrees and all that stuff. They don't know. You passed and you in there and you in the door. Okay. So I did pass. Yay! I'm excited. So I actually have to go for my fingerprinting. Where is Tia when I need her? I have to leave out of here at 10:40-ish and go to my fingerprints. Hence, and then the next thing was, so I passed. Of course, I had a whole party. Like, listen, I passed. Yes. Score. You guys know down the line, I want to do a title company. So that's one of the steps I got to do to get to that state. Now, the next page asked, did you want to, you get fingerprints? And you guys know that I want to get my fingerprint business portion started. And I'm like, oh, then I saw that the list of all the approved vendors. And so now I know, like, okay, this company, I can be a vendor with them. It's just, I'm always taking notes. That everything is just showed to you the right way. So, okay, I know that I can be a vendor with them. Once I get all my stuff set up, I can go solicit them and say, okay, I want to be a vendor. If people need to get their, fingerprints done, they'll come to me, right? Side note, if you don't know, we talked about that in the government contracting series. Now, when you see the government contracting class, it's a series that we're going through. So they're not all the same. If you missed one, get into the full course, not just the Eventbrite session. The Eventbrite session teaches on something. So like yesterday we were doing WASB, women-owned small business certifications. We talked about 8A, but we didn't do the 8A. And we did, what else did we do? Then we brought them a little bit of credibility letters. I think it was, no, it's a thing that you send in. I forget what it's called. Anyway, sustainability, credibility, one of those things, one of those abilities that we did yesterday. And all that content is in the full course. So if you didn't get a chance to get into the live, I'll put a link in here for you guys so you guys can get it. Hold on. Oh no, the phone is ringing. Who knows where that came from? If you can say the next line, you get a prize. Oh no, the phone is ringing. What's the next line? It's 5 words. If you know the next line, you get a prize. The promo does work for the coach. You guys say the next line. I don't want to know who said it. I want to know the next line. The phone is ringing. What's the next line? Come on. It is Wonder Pets. There's an animal in trouble. Okay, Jay has kids. Shout out to all the parents out there. Listen, it's a whole situation, okay? If you are a parent and you're doing this entrepreneurship thing, it's a whole situation. But guess what? It is so worth it. It is absolutely so worth it. I was thinking this morning after my baby off at school, and he needed a little bit more love this morning. And so I had to take my time with him this morning. But I couldn't do that if I had a regular job. They're like, but that's why you late. My son needed more time this morning. I couldn't just drop him off. He needed some more bonding, right? They're gonna be like, I'm sorry, what? They don't understand, okay? So no, you it's the shade for me. Wait a minute, you're making me cry. That was so funny. Hold on. You're messing up my makeup. Stop. Hold on, because it was funny. Woo. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Jay, send me an email, baby girl, to info@notary so I can send your prize out. Y'all real shady this morning. That made me laugh. And laughter is good, but that was not what I was getting to. My point was, I passed the title producer's license. That being said, Maryland, Virginia, and DC have a reciprocity clause, which if you get it in one state, you can also get it in the other states. So you don't have to go through their whole training. It's simple. For most, this will be a basic application that you just do, and you show that you already are approved in Virginia, DC, or Maryland, and then you can also have your license in those additional states. Okay. Yes, to the hat. It's the hat for me. What was I saying? So if you have your title producers and you're in Virginia, DC, or Maryland, you can get it in all three states. Okay. I don't know if you call DC a state. I mean, I feel like that's kind of messed up that they don't call you a state. Like, was it a district or a jurisdiction? I'm gonna call you a state. I'm giving you statehood. Okay. If you're in any of these 3 states, then you can get it in the other ones. You still can now remember. I love it. I love it. Yes, they do, because they do. They just didn't charge. Listen. Wait, I'm trying to read your messages too. Hey, Lori. Lori. Okay. That made me laugh. I really appreciate that. All right. So anyway, so I passed my title producer's license, but I wanted to kind of go into my point of this video, which, yes, is to give away a box of styrofoam. If you missed the beginning of the video, then you don't know what we're talking about. And that's shame on you. Shame on you. You should be on time. Okay. There's a box of styrofoam that we're going to give away. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a mission. Have you guys seen the Mission Impossible trailer? Oh my gosh. Do you know Tom Cruise is his own stunts? Side note, squirrel. Anyway, when you watch Tom Cruise videos and his movies and you realize that he does his own stunts, it to kind of make you feel like, man, what am I doing with my life? I'm sorry, I do. I feel like I need to jump out of planes. No? Okay. We'll be giving out a box of styrofoam, and no one knows in this box, but it has styrofoam in it, which is a protective mechanism. So it's going to protect whatever is inside of it. And one of you lovely, wonderful people are going to win it. But it will not be easy, darling, because guess what? Good things that matter aren't easy. You have to work for them, darling. Okay? All right. Side note, a couple more things. Did you do your inspection yet? So I did one. Tamika, don't do that. Don't do that. I moved the date. Don't do that. Don't. Why are you taking me in trouble on live TV? Why you do that? Don't do that. Acting up. Okay. Thank you. I love those earrings. Thank you. Okay, so a couple things. Thank you guys. You guys are giving me all the love this morning. I really appreciate it. I want to talk about your self-defined limits. Hey, Happy Day. You're in Pennsylvania. I'm going to Pennsylvania for Judy's Philly social in 2 weeks. It'll be me, Judy. I think Laura's coming. I'm not sure. I know Bill's coming. Sharon from Texas is coming. A lot of other people are going to be there. So it's going to be a whole situation. I do plan on going to Hershey Park. Okay. I've never been to Pennsylvania. And I've always, if you don't know, my favorite food, it's not really a food, I guess. My favorite dessert is chocolate. Okay. All things chocolate. Okay. So don't give me lemon pie, lemon meringue, key lime pie, none of that other stuff. No, it's not chocolate. It's not for me. Okay. Now, let's talk about your self-defined limits. And I was thinking about that after I passed my title producer's license, because I set goals for myself at the beginning of the year. And I do it every year. And I'm sure you guys do too when you do your New Year's resolutions and you talk about what you want to do this year, who are you going to be, who are you going to know, what you're going to look like, how much money you're going to have, all that good stuff. And the reality is, if you're ready, your goals that you set for yourself, what you feel is possible, is not real. Okay. It's only real to you. Okay. So for example, right now, I want you to say something that you feel is unrealistic for you, a goal. Let's say, for example, you feel like I could never be president of the United States. Okay. Say it to yourself. Don't say it to yourself, but you have a goal. Okay. You don't have a goal. Make a goal. Just say it out loud. Something you feel that you could never do. For example, I don't think that I could be president of Spain. I don't really see how that's a possibility for me. Could it happen one day? Sure. But really? Okay. We all have goals. I'm getting somewhere. I promise you. The goals, own a country. You could do that. Anyway, the goals that you set for yourself were designed by your environment. Okay. It's a thing in life called lenses. Okay, like glasses. Oh, I wish I had my glasses. A great metaphor. Your lenses is the way you see the world. Okay, and the way you see the world is the way you were told to see the world. Okay, and you're probably like, Vanessa, what are you talking about? I'm getting there, darling. For example, what is in your refrigerator? Think about this. Okay, what do you eat? Why do you eat the things that you eat? Are they similar to what your mother ate and your father ate? Do you typically buy the same things in your fridge every week? Right? I guarantee you, if you go to someone else's fridge in another state, another culture, their fridge is different. Right? But what you eat is what you were told to eat or taught to eat. Okay? What's in your closet? What you wear and how you dress is how you were told to dress, right? Your culture, how you talk, when you talk, where you go, when you go. Where you go, when you go. Okay? What you do for a living, darling. Okay, for example, typically entrepreneurs breed entrepreneurs, right? It's highly likely that all of my children will be entrepreneurs. And I guarantee you that, because when I talk to them and I say, get a job, they're like, Mother Groves. Okay? They say that. My daughter, she says that. Really? You're just going to insult me like that? Get a job? What do you take me for? I'm so serious. Think I'm kidding? Ask her. She says that. But that's because she's been taught something different. She's been exposed to a different lifestyle. And so now the lens that she's looking out of is different. Okay. For example, another example, not the bodies in your closet. What? Okay. A little weird going on in that chat. Okay. For example, I now invest in the stock market. Okay. I started investing in the stock market because I met some people who invested in the stock market that I listened to, and they explained to me how it worked. My entire life, my entire young life, even though I'm still young, no one ever explained to me what is happening in this chat right now. No one ever explained to me how to invest in the stock market. No one explained to me entrepreneurship. No one explained to me a bunch of things. So the lens that I was living my life through was get a job. And it's okay if you don't like your job, because no one really likes their job. But tell them that come on, you guys know things that they say, put in the chat. It's okay because everyone does it. You need security. You have to have benefits, right? Everyone works a 9 to 5, right? You just enjoy your weekend. Thank God it's Friday. Oh no, here comes Monday, right? So that is a culture. Okay, that's a culture. Okay, not everyone says that. Okay, I'm telling you what I know. You have to think these things through, darling. A lot of things that we're taught growing up, and these sayings and these quotes, plan for a rainy day. You know, what's that thing they say? Oh, something bad was bound to happen. It's a thing people say. It's like what's that thing they say? It's like it's basically like the quote people say. It was like, it's only good for a little bit. You know something's gonna happen. Like, why do we say things like that? No, it's good for forever. Nothing's gonna happen. Only great things happen to me. How about we normalize positivity? What? Talk about that. Let's talk about that. So let's bring it back. So what if I told you the idea that you were giving a life, you have a life, you were born, okay? You were born. And as a child, you had all of these dreams and ambitions that you wanted to do, okay? And I'm about to burst your entire bubble. Are you ready? Get your bubble. If you don't have one, blow it, because it's about to pop. When you were born, you had goals and ambitions, right? You had not ambitions, you had dreams. Oh my gosh, I want to be a pirate, or whatever you wanted to be. All right. I want you to put what you wanted to be when you were younger in the chat. Even if it was like 3 or 4 things. I'm thinking like 5 and 6 years old. What was it that you always wanted to do? You can even go 7, 8, 9, 10 on me if you want to. Okay, because that's still when your mind was free before it started getting molded and trained and limited. People started telling you what you could and couldn't do. Okay, so I want to try to talk to that free version of you. Okay, so the free version of you before they told you what you could do and who you could be, that version of you. I want you to put in the chat, what was it that you always wanted to do? Okay, when you were like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, what were the things that you've always said, oh, I would love to do this? Okay. Pamela said a singer. Pamela, can you sing? If you can sing, I have a task for you. I have a mission for you today, darling. Yes, you did it. Now I'm coming for you. Focus. I am focused. Oh, you want to focus? Wait, you told me to focus. Flight attendant. Oh, that's cool. An actress, singer, and a lawyer. A cosmetologist. Just a little no pro. That's okay, because I'm about to pull you up here. You're gonna sing. You're gonna sing today. You're gonna sing today. If you come up here and sing, but you gotta sing. You got to blow. Then you can get this box of white styrofoam. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out. But you gotta sing. You gotta sing a song. You gotta find a good song, girl. And you got to sing it live and live in color. Are you ready? You gonna sing? Let me know. Okay, you wanna be a nurse, a teacher. Okay. It's indoctrinated in us. We have to break those cycles. Very true. So you said, oh no, I can't. I'm in this 9 to 5. Man, that 9 to 5. Again, it's holding you back. You better go in that bathroom and get this box of styrofoam. Stop playing with me. Once again, the 9 to 5 attacks again. Is that it? Okay. So a teacher, a dancer, and an entertainer. I don't know. I've never seen this word before, so I'm probably going to butcher it. A restaurateur. I'm assuming it's someone who opens a lot of restaurants. I'm thinking. A counselor, a nurse. Okay. All right. So I've always wanted to be a dancer. Okay. You can ask anybody who really knows me. I dance all the time. I love dancing. When I was born, I'm pretty sure I danced out the womb, but I love dancing and I've always danced. I went to dance schools. When I was in a dance school in New York in middle school, it was me and this other girl. Her name was Karina or Katrina. We were top in our class and our dance teacher was Miss Donadio. And she was like, you girls are gifted. Like, you better just keep dancing the rest of your life. And look at me now. But let's keep going. The story continues. So I danced. I've done dance teams. I did cheerleading. I did all that good stuff, right? And then life happened and I put my dream on the back burner, but I still dance in my house. And then yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, it was an eye-opening moment. I was talking to my daughter and we were talking about, I don't know, stuff. And I was dancing and she said, Ma, you always dance. And I said, girl, I love dance. She knows that. I dance my tail off. Honey, listen. And when I say I dance, I mean, like, if you see me in a dancing place, I'm that person that will battle you. Okay. I'm that battle dancer. That's me. Okay. And one of my dreams when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old was to battle Chris Brown. Now I'm not there yet because I've not been working on my craft, but that was my dream. I was like, I could take him. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, she asked me, said, Mom, you're always dancing. And I said, I love dancing. And she said, well, you always said you're supposed to follow your dreams. I said, well, looky there. He said, well, why don't you just dance? Just do dance classes. And I was like, I mean, I could. I mean, can I? I mean, can I really? And I had to think it through. You know, these are things I tell my kids. You can do anything you want. So side note, I'm working on a plan to just do my dance classes because I said, you know what? Guess what? Life is short. We all might die. Well, we are going to die soon enough. Why not do? And the thing is, too, you hear it all the time. You should do what you don't have to be paid to do. And honestly, when I do my dance classes I'm going to do, I'm not even going to charge for them. That's how you know something that you love. Like, I love dancing so much that you don't even have to pay me. Cut some music on. It's going down. Okay. It's about to go down. But I realized that is like my passion. That's what I love. That music speaks to me. Like, and it's so many different types of music. I just love it. Right. But I had to really think it through because it's like, once again, those limitations. The first thing I started thinking was, wait, can I be a dancer? Can I dance? Oh my God. You know, I'm just like, well, you know, all these things. But you have to remember, like, your limitations are self-defined. Whatever you say you can do, you'll do. If you say you can't do it, you won't do it. And it really comes from your lens, what people told you you could do. And that's, I'm always asking people, like, who told you that for anything? Like, if you say, oh, I can't do, who told you that? And I really want you to think that thing through. Like, where did that first initial thought come from? Who told you that? Think about it. The thing, and I do this all the time. I always reflect on like when I want to, now you guys know, like, I wear whatever I want to wear clothes wise. Like, if I see a loud, pretty, I like colors. I like loud, pretty colors. I like all kinds of things. Before I wouldn't dress like that because I was like, that's too loud. People are gonna, people don't say things. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't wear this kind of jewelry. I'm not going to a dinner or a gala or something, the things they tell you that you can't do, And so I've broken out of that with clothes. If you don't know, you probably don't see me walking around here. I wear whatever I want to wear. But I love fashion. I love, like, I'm not a fashionista, but I like to dress up, right? But I started thinking about that, bringing it back to business. I was talking to Georgette, who was teaching the government contracting class. I've always known about government contracting. How many of you guys have always known about it? I never thought it was something I could do because it felt so like, no, that's what other people do. But you gotta think about it. There's so much money in it. Oh my gosh, right? And so having her really just walk me through it and just like, and I know this to be true because I do with everything, every business that I do. I know that once I understand it and I do my first bid and I win my first contract and I do the next one, like, it's going to be so simple. It's going to be so simple. I'm like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this? Right. But that's how it is with everything. It's always like what you feel like you can do. And so talking to a friend of mine, I'm not even kidding. Talking to a friend of mine and I was like, we should get a job, like, just as an experiment to see how it goes, because it's me and her both are entrepreneurs, right? And you couldn't pay us to get a job because it doesn't work with the lifestyle that we now want and have. And so we were like, we can get a job just as an experiment, just see how it goes. And we said, we're going to pick a job, we can actually learn something, but we're going to dominate it because we're going to come into it as entrepreneurs. So we're going to think about, like, when we get into it, how can we fix it? How can we make this better? Like, oh, you should do this. It's a whole different mindset. I said it probably only lasts like 2 weeks to a month though, because then we give us a schedule. We don't do well with schedules. But anyway, my point is that when you take that concept and you apply it to business, a lot of you, I'm not going to say us because I'm not in that space anymore, but a lot of you, I used to be in that space, are still living within your limits, your self-defined limits. You're still doing what you said Yolanda can do. Now, Yolanda can have all the capabilities in the world. But if Yolanda says, I can only do this, then all of those capabilities are null and void. Because she just said, this is all I can do. It doesn't matter if she can run a mile in 5 minutes. If she said, I can't do it, and I can only do it in 10, guess what? She's only going to do it in 10, right? It doesn't matter if she's super gifted at, like, marketing or if she's super talented in sales. If she says, no, that I can't do my own thing because I need security in my job, then that's where she'll be. And it really comes down to what you say you can do. If you say and believe in your heart, and that's the other thing too, you might, this is some real for you, okay? You might think that, no, I can do anything. How many of you guys feel like that now? I can do anything. If you feel like that's another bubble bust, I'm a bust for you, okay? Because we all need our bubbles bust sometimes. If you feel like I can do anything in the world, say that's me, or put in the chat, I can do anything. I can do anything, okay? You ready? If you honestly believe that you can do anything, put it in the chat. And I'm gonna bust your bubble. You ready? Here it goes. I know now that I can do anything, but I don't believe that I can do anything. I'm going to tell you why. Ready? We know how to be healthy, right? We know to eat our fruits and veggies. We know to drink our water. We know we need to be physically active. We know that. How many of you guys know that? Okay. How many of you guys know I know how to be physically fit. I know how to be healthy. I know to eat my apples, my oranges, my water. I know how to work out. I know how to be healthy. I don't believe that I can be healthy, because if you did, you would do it. It goes back to discipline too. So the idea that I know I can do anything. If I'm not doing everything that I wanted to do, I don't truly believe it, because there's a limitation there. Somewhere, there's a limitation I also believe that doesn't allow me to do that. Okay? So if you're right now, say, I can do anything, but you're not living the life that you want, that you design for yourself, that you see for yourself, there's a limitation somewhere in your mind that's preventing you from doing that. Let's bring it back home to notary, okay? Because I always got to make it relative. My company, the whole tagline is, we teach people how to build 6-figure notary businesses, okay? All of you guys that are here, I'm assuming, want that 6-figure notary business. Now, all I want you to do is tell me yes or no. If you have a 6-figure notary business, I want you to put yes, that's me. If you don't have that, I want you to put no, that's not me. Okay? And I'm going to help you understand why it's not you. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. We don't get what we want. We get what we have to have. Okay? So true. Okay? So simple. Something you have to eat, right? If you don't eat, you'll die. So guess what? Y'all make sure you eat. Don't you? When you get hungry, you make sure. You might not eat right when you want to, but you're going to make sure you eat. Why? Because you have to have it. You get what you have to have. Okay? Don't do it's the for me. Okay, so I got a couple 6-figure. I got a little bit. Okay. And then I got a lot of no, that's not me. So let's break down why that's not you. Okay. You want to be a 6-figure notary, have a 6-figure notary business. First, you have the idea, right? I want to do this. When you have the idea, immediately, did you have limitations that came behind that? Did you have them say, oh, but my job, oh, but this, oh, but I'm not good at sales. Oh, if you did, put it in chat. Okay, because that's part of your reason why you're not there. The other thing, and I normally do this during my live trainings, not on social media, because people can get really in their feelings and then they look at me crazy, and I understand that. I gotta leave in 10 minutes. Okay. If I told you that you had to build a 6-figure notary business within 6 months, or something horrible was going to happen to you and your family, would you do it? Yes. Do you know why? Because now it's required, and it's no longer, oh, I want that. Now it's a mandatory thing you have to have. Now you take all the training. Now you're going to go to all the time companies. Now what happens is your why becomes bigger than your procrastination, becomes bigger than your fear of people's opinions of you. Because guess what? When your life is on the line, you could care less what Sarah Jane and Mike Bill got to say about you. Guess what? Oh, well, look at that. Now you don't care. Now all the gloves are off because your life's on the line. If you can't get to that point where you're like, that's where you have to be. And it's similar to what Eric Thomas says. It's like, when you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe, you'll get there. If you had to figure it out, you would do it. But I guarantee you, if I look at your day-to-day schedule, I can show you areas where you really don't want it. If you wanted it, you'd be working at it. And you'd be working at it with a vigor that would show, oh, she wants this. That's why she has it. Now, we can do excuses all day. Don't worry. I have a box of them that you can use if you want to borrow some of the ones I used to use. And I still have some excuses. Excuses might be, give me some excuses. I would like to dispel some of them really quick. What's an excuse that you have? I'm sorry. What's a reason that you have that you're not making 6 figures as a notary right now? Let's talk about it. I'm going to help you work through this. We only have 10 minutes, so make it quick. Okay? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready, darling? And then not enough time. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. Okay, so there's this book that I read. Oh, who wrote it? And he basically, Seth Godin. Seth Godin. And he basically said, when people say, and I'm not coming for you, Seth said it, not me. When people say there's not enough time in the day, it's never a lack of time, it's a lack of priority. There's enough time. You know why? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all these big, they do way more in a day than you do. I'm sure. I'm thinking they do. Okay. Time is not your excuse. It's your priorities. Okay. You have to prioritize better. If it was mandatory to be done, it would be done. And also goes Parkinson's law. You ready? Parkinson's law states that work will fill the time allotted for it. Okay. For example, if you give yourself the whole day to clean your house, it will take you the whole day. However, let's say someone's coming into town, someone really important, they're coming to your house. You have 2 hours. Guess what? The house will be clean in 2 hours. Another example, let's say if a project has to be done for college, when you were in college, right? And you had to get it done. They gave you like what? A month to get it done, right? But you procrastinated. Of course, you know how we do. And you wait till the last day. You get it all done that day. Parkinson's law tells you if you give work space, it will expand to fit it. So one way that you can combat that, something that I do, I set timers for myself, actual timers. And then I also have to I have to create a situation that forces me to finish it. And so sometimes it's just mental, but sometimes I actually create it where I put myself in a bind intentionally because I know that if I give myself a week to do it, it's going to take a week. Because it just does. It's time. Okay, let's say it takes you 2 hours to cook dinner. What if you had to be done in 30 minutes because you had to go somewhere? I bet you be cutting them onions real fast, right? Listen, okay, time is not an excuse. We all have the same amount of time. 2, we all have the same amount of time. And I can guarantee you, if you tell me your life situation, I can find another notary who has the same situation as you that's still making 6 figures. Another quote, people have done more with less. Okay, what else we got? Not good at marketing, but I've seen your success story and you're killing. Oh, that's for Tamika. Hey. Setting up your Google business page and marketing. Oh, let's do it. One. You asked to be on the chopping board, so now I'm going to chop. Setting up a Google business page literally takes all of 2 minutes. Literally. To set it up. Then you go in and add your stuff on. But that's not even an excuse. You know why? I have trainings on it. Paid trainings, but I also have free videos on YouTube, free, that show you click by click. Click this when I click this. Click this when I click this. It literally walks you through that. If you really wanted to have your Google business page up, you would go get that video, put it up in one browser, put up the Google business page in one browser, and you would follow my clicks and you'd be done in 5 minutes. If you really wanted it. However, if it's one of those things that we just say we want, but we don't really want, then, we don't get it. Marketing, the same thing. I have content. I have courses on marketing. Lots of them. There's free content all over the web. Lots of them. How bad do you want it? Do you go to free trainings? Do you go to paid trainings? There are people all over this world, all over this country. There are books who would download all that content into you. You think I was born knowing how to market? No. I had to learn it. Let's do it. It's supply pressure. Okay. New notary, no idea where to start, but no idea if it's profitable in my state of New Jersey. It is profitable in every state. I don't think you can do it in Alaska, but in every other state, you can do it. Start with my training at notarytonotary.com. Get into the course. Use promo code ACTION, save 70%. Ta-da! And we're in there. And then, and this is the other thing too. Listen. Hold on. Let me finish this first because I got 5 minutes. I gotta go. Oh my goodness. Here we go. So much pressure. When I come back, we'll do the giveaway. I have to give you guys work to do. All right. So I love this. Thank you. There is no reason while knowing why you're not successful as a notary signing agent, but we'll keep going. Limitations in your state. Shirley, what state are you in? Is there any other 6-figure notary in your state? If there is, which I'm sure there is, that doesn't fly. That's not going to work. Let's try again. Procrastination. Oh, yes, that'll do it to you. But guess what? That's a self thing. That's something that you have to get over. You have to put a fire underneath you. And the reason you procrastinate is because whatever that goal is not as important. Okay. Once again, you get what you have to have, not what you want. Okay. You have to eat. You don't procrastinate on eating, do you? Do you? No. When you want to go to sleep, you go to sleep. Do you? You don't say, I'm going to hold off a couple more days. No, you go to sleep. Because guess what? I want to go to sleep. And guess what happens when I get in your way? When somebody say, oh, you can't sleep yet, you get an attitude. Excuse me? You're not going to let me go to sleep. You're going to go to a whole war with somebody if they don't let you go to sleep. Why? It's because that's something that you have to have. You made up in your mind. I'm going to sleep, whether you like it or not. Now, take that same energy and apply it to your business. I'm going to make 6 figures, whether you like it or not. Period. I haven't figured out a marketing strategy and time management while working to take care of the kids. And that is a thing, but you can definitely do it. I did it. I got 3 kids. I figured that out. It's doable. Talk people, other entrepreneurs who have kids, who have families. We are doing it. You just need to figure out how. That's not an excuse. Now you know what the thing is you need to learn. Now go learn it. Go find people. You can call me and ask me. How much effort are you taking? Are you just doing what's comfortable? Or are you? I reach out to anybody. I sent a letter to Oprah. Okay, you're like in your mind, like, Vanessa, really? I did. And when I sent it, I don't know if she's ever gonna write me back. I don't know. I don't care. I want it to be said, when I'm done, I have done everything I possibly could have. Okay, Star, do you feel like you have done everything you possibly could have? If not, then go do it. No excuses. No excuses. I don't want to mess up. Why? I think that goes into like that culture of self-esteem and like people looking at me. Guess what? I messed up literally 3 days ago. I missed the signature on a loan closing. Guess what? I mess up. Everybody messes up. The idea that you have to be perfect is ridiculous. No one's perfect. Just fix your mistakes and learn from them. Get over that. Okay? We have to stop doing that. I don't want to fail. Failure is where you learn. Failure is where the growth is. Okay? If you knew how to do everything, think about it. If you only did what you knew how to do right now and you didn't learn anything else, that would be horrible. Like, you should always be learning. You should always be trying new things. Like, always, always, always. Thank you, Ebony. Fear. Don't do. I got 1 minute, y'all. I'm put my shoes on. I took my shoes off because I wanted to, and I can. And that's my business. What's Tabitha say? And that's my business. Okay. Fear is one of those things that you just have to attack. You have to attack it. You really do. And that's something that I'll leave you with this before I go. So one of my mentors that I follow, he basically was like, because I was afraid of public speaking. And he was like, and I do this all the time. Whenever you go to now I can do it without thinking about it. Whenever I go to an event, it doesn't matter what, it could be a meeting. Okay. And they say, hey, can we get a volunteer? Immediately raise your hand. As soon as you hear someone say, can we get a volunteer? Raise your hand. Don't think about it. But what he was doing was getting me I had to train myself to, whenever someone says volunteer, raise your hand. If you think about it, you start talking yourself out of it. So the first time I did it was a couple years ago at my daughter's karate competition. And they asked for a parent to raise their hand to come up to the stage to do, I don't know, we had some kind of move or something. And so I raised my hand. And immediately I was like, Vanessa, what did you do? But my hand was already up and everybody's seeing it, so I can't put it back down. And he called me up there and I'm like terrified. My heart's beating. He's like, all right, we're going to do this move. Within about 2 minutes of doing these little workout moves, and like, so I was having fun. And I do that all the time. Whenever I go anywhere and they say, can I get a volunteer? I immediately raise my hand. But now I do it and I'm not as scared as I was before. And it's just like, you have to face your fear. If you have that fear of like, what's like, oh, can I get a volunteer? Or can somebody answer this question? Raise your hand. It'll help you start getting used to fear not being a bad thing. And there's another lady that I follow. She talks about when you get that feeling of fear, start to think of it as excitement. Like, oh, I'm not afraid, I'm excited. Because you get the same rush of adrenaline when you're excited, right? So she was like, feel it. When you feel it, say, no, I'm not afraid, I'm excited. But fear is one of those things that you have to challenge. You will never get over it if you don't challenge it. All right, I have to get ready to go. I only have one life, Adrian. I'm not going to say I have to park. Listen. Don't come for me, Tamika. You know I got 3 babies. Don't do that. You're the Oprah of Notary. Thank you. When I come back, I have to go do my fingerprinting because I did pass my title producer's license. Yay! And so I did my fingerprints, and then I will have my license. Well, when I finish approving everything. So I'm excited about that. So I will come back live in probably like an hour, and we will continue on to our box of styrofoam. See who's gonna win. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. You're awesome on purpose. I hope this helped you. I hope that you realize that life is not promised to anybody and you got to get up and live it. Like today is a day, right? Today is a day. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. A lot of people. I think it's on average 100,000 people die every day. That's what it says. And you weren't one of them. But you will. One day you will be in that 100,000. Are you good with that? Like, are you good with what you've done so far? Do you like what you wore this morning? Do you like what you ate for breakfast? Do you like who you're sitting next to? Do you like your job? Do you like your car? Like, stop doing things you don't like. Like, it blows my mind. I'm really confused. And it's not even like you do it once or twice. You do it every day. You willingly wake your body up and go do miserable things every day. And you're okay with that because people told you could do it. Like, oh, it's okay. Everyone's miserable. No, they're not. Sorry, I had to tell you. Someone had to break the news. All right. I will see you guys away go. I love you guys. Be awesome on purpose. Use promo code ACTION again to all of our trainings, one-on-one coachings. Listen, all that good stuff at notarytonotary.com. I will see you guys later today. We're going to talk about your limitations. And I want some of you guys to come up here on this video with me. And we're going to talk about why you're not living your best life. And then we'll do some notary work too. I promise. Okay. But a lot of it is the basics. Like I could teach you how to stamp papers all day, but if you don't have like that drive and that, like, why am I doing this? You know, that because you can be, how many of you guys know notaries who aren't making six figures? There's a reason why. Okay. And they know how to stamp the same papers you do. Okay. It's so much more than just stamping papers. Like you have to have that drive, that ambition, that like, let me go get this, you know, that desire to want a different lifestyle. Like that has to be somewhere mixed in your why. Okay. Somewhere in there needs to be a drive. If you don't have a drive, that is why you settle. Okay. And you've been taught to settle. And I have to go because I'm not making my appointment, but I love you guys and I will see you guys later. Until next time, happy signing and all of the above. And that is all. So the clock on the wall. Do it is fun.
Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income, we'll teach you the benefits of being a business owner, including time and financial freedom. Visit notarytonotary.com to learn more about our training program.